What's up, you guys? Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Today I am coming at you fresh-faced, in sweatpants and a hoodie, ready to talk about something a little serious, a little natural. So I felt like I had to fit the part if I was going to talk about that. The topic of this video is acne. We all struggle with it, we've all had it, we all hate it, it annoys us all. It's a topic that most of us can relate to. My skin was probably my biggest insecurity growing up from like middle school, end of high school. I kind of feel like I struggled with acne a lot more than others, so I kind of feel like I am qualified to talk about this topic with you guys today. So let's kind of start in the beginning of my journey with acne, I guess. I got acne when I was probably 13, 14 years old is when I started to get it. I got kind of cystic acne, which is like the red acne that people get, kind of in my T-zone here, on my forehead and in my chin, really. That's kind of where a lot of people first begin to get acne when they hit puberty or whatever. So when I first started to get acne, I just kind of started using whatever products my mom had, really, or like whatever was cheap at the drugstore. Just like little creams and like face wash with like chemicals all up in it to try to help manage it or whatever, and nothing worked. That's going to be a reoccurring theme of this video, is the things I tried to help really didn't work. And this acne that I did have was probably my biggest insecurity. I felt so ugly, I hated going out of the house, I was consistently piling on like drugstore makeup that was just making it worse probably. I felt like whenever I was talking to people, they were just looking at my acne and like thinking that I was ugly, like the same way I was thinking about myself, really. My cat is meowing at the door and he knows how to open it too, so I'm really sorry if he comes in at some point in this video. You see? Everyone meet my cat. We'll probably do a video together soon, but for right now, mommy is working. I'm sorry. Alright, sorry about that. Hopefully I locked him out now and he won't be disturbing us further in the video. So as I said, nothing was working for me, like things bought from the drugstore. So then I went on to try these things that like had commercials and stuff of like the before and after of like teens and their skin looking beautiful and stuff, and I wanted that to be me. So I went ahead and I tried out some of these. Ones that I can remember, I tried Proactiv, I tried Skin ID, and I tried X Out. And none of them worked for me. Who's surprised? They kind of just dried out my skin and didn't help at all. So the next step that I took is I asked my mom if I could go to the dermatologist, which is like a skin doctor that can help you out with your acne and prescribe medication and stuff for when stuff bought from the drugstore and things like that aren't working to take care of your acne. You can go to a dermatologist. So my mom was like, sure, and we went. When I was probably like 15, I want to say, is like when I first started going to the dermatologist. 14, 15 probably. So the first time I went to the dermatologist, they prescribed me a couple of creams to take care of my different types of acne. So there's two types of acne. There's cystic acne, which is like the red pimples, and then there's like another kind that I can't remember the name right now, but it's like those white bumps. And I had it all. So I was prescribed some topicals to take care of those types of acne just to put on at night. They didn't work. So the second time I went, she prescribed me a little bit tougher of topicals for my acne, as well as medication that I would take like once or twice a day, and that didn't work. I kept visiting and going, and she was prescribing me the toughest creams, the toughest medication to take care of my acne, and nothing was working. And I was so frustrated. I was putting in all this effort to take care of my biggest insecurity, and nothing was working for me. So I was so frustrated. I decided to do a little research myself to check out what people were using to take care of their acne when it was kind of a last resort, because that's kind of where I was at this point. I was looking for like the best thing. I was at my last resort. I needed something because nothing was working for me and I wanted to get rid of it. So throughout my research, I found this regimen medication sort of thing called Accutane. I watched a ton of YouTube videos of people that have done Accutane and their experience with it. It looked like it was working like 100% of the time. All the people that were on Accutane were kind of in the same boat as me. They tried everything. They tried all the creams, all the medications, all the stuff that you can get from the drugstore, all the high-end stuff. Nothing was working for them until they went on Accutane. So I was like, maybe this is for me. So at this point in my life, I'm probably about 16, almost 17 years old, and my acne is the worst it's been in its life. I had it pretty much everywhere, everywhere on my face. I didn't really have body acne, but I had it everywhere on my face, and it was red, and it was everywhere, and like nothing was working. I was still wearing crappy makeup to cover it up, so it was just making it worse too. I wish I had some pictures to show you guys, but I kind of blocked out that part of my life, and I deleted a ton of them. I even went and scoured my mom's Facebook, you know, where all embarrassing photos lie of people, and I couldn't really find anything either. I do have a couple, so like throughout this video, I'll just kind of insert them here and there so you can see what it was kind of like. But just know it was bad. So I finally asked my mom if I could go on Accutane. I showed her some of those videos and she was like, wow, this looks great. Let's talk to your dermatologist and check it out. So I went to my dermatologist and I was like, yo, nothing is working. I'm super frustrated. I heard of this thing called Accutane. Can you tell me a little bit more? And at first she was like, are you sure? We can try a little bit more creams, a little more medication, maybe change up your diet, something like that. But I was just like, no. And she was like, okay, just know that it's pretty intense, which is what I'm gonna kind of explain right now, what Accutane really is. When my doctor was explaining it to me, she literally said, like, no one's really 100% sure how this kind of works, but it does. So I was like, sounds safe, but I didn't really care then. I was literally like, I just don't want acne anymore. I will literally do anything. And if the doctor is prescribing it, it's safe. But just know that it is pretty intense. So what is Accutane? I'm not really sure, because my doctor didn't explain it that well. But what I know of it is a medication that you take that makes your face stop producing oil. And as we know, that's what causes acne, is like the oil glands and pores getting all clogged up in your face, and then that's what makes acne happen. So your face is no longer producing any oil, which sounds a little scary, honestly. Accutane comes with a lot of different side effects for a lot of different people. I've heard of people getting depressive thoughts. I've heard of people being really tired. I thankfully didn't have a lot of side effects, just really one main one of what I'll go into later in the video. So the biggest side effect of Accutane is if you get pregnant, there is a 100% birth defect. So there is a lot of legal stuff that the medical people have to go through, and you have to go through, so they can just kind of cover their butts or whatever if something goes wrong. So if you do decide to go into Accutane, you have to be on 2 types of birth control, just because we really want to make sure that you don't get pregnant. So for me personally, I chose to go on a birth control pill, which I was already on at the time, so we just continued to do that. And then I also chose abstinence as my other form of birth control. So I got started on Accutane a little bit after that initial appointment with my dermatologist. And I really didn't see my skin starting to clear up until about 1 or 2 months into taking the medication. And with that, I also saw the side effects happening. So as I said earlier, Accutane is when your face stops producing oil. And oil is what kind of keeps your face not totally dry, which is what happens when you go into Accutane. You get super, super dry. My face was really, really dry, and so was my lips were really dry too. And also the back of my hands right here got really dry too. So to combat that, I just really made sure that I had strong stuff to help with the dryness happening. My dermatologist knew that this was probably going to happen, so she suggested a couple of products to help with the dryness of this. She suggested this chapstick, which I still swear by. It's still one of the best chapsticks. You can't find it in a drugstore, you have to buy it online, and it's a little expensive, but I promise it's worth it, especially if you decide to go into Accutane. The chapstick is called Dr. Dan's Cortibalm, and I don't know what it is about it, but it just works the best. It really helped with the dryness. I literally always had to make sure I had that baby strapped on me because my lips were just always dry during this time of my life. I'll probably attach a couple photos of my dry, crusty lips because they was bad. For the back of my hands, I used Aquaphor, and I actually have some right here, coincidentally. It's really, woo, she gone. It is like a Vaseline. You totally can't see that. But just know it's like a Vaseline type substance that I would just have to rub onto the back of my hands, and it got rid of that dry redness and like stinging feeling. And then for my face, I just made sure that I got a really good moisturizer. I think I used CeraVe or something it was called. You can just get it from the drugstore. It's pretty expensive, but it lasts like literally forever. And it was the only thing I used to moisturize my skin when I was on Accutane. I thankfully didn't have a lot of the other side effects that people typically do when they go into Accutane, but the dryness was pretty tough to combat. As I said, I couldn't go anywhere without my chapstick. It's really cold where I live, so I always had to wear gloves wherever I went, otherwise that dryness in my hands would get even worse. I also had to go in once a month for a pregnancy test. It's what they make you do, and my dermatologist was just an hour away where I live, so I literally had to go there like once a month and just go for a quick pregnancy test, which was a little inconvenient. So 6 to like 7 months later, I stopped taking Accutane. I think you're supposed to take it for like 9 months, but it was about to be summer and I was about to be in the sun, and that is not good for your skin when you're in Accutane. That would just dry it out even more. So I decided to just stop then and there. And I kind of could too, because my face was the clearest it's ever been. I had like 0 acne. It was great. I was feeling great. This problem that I had for literally years in my life was finally gone, and my frustration was finally gone too, and my insecurity was finally gone, and I was feeling great. I finally felt like I could like go places without having to wear makeup. I wasn't hiding behind like my sweatshirt all the time or like not looking at people in the eye. I finally just felt like I could be myself and more outgoing, and I am so thankful and so happy that I chose to go into Accutane. So here I am years later, and here's my skin today. I'm not wearing any makeup. I do have a couple pimples, and I do get zits once in a while when I'm not getting much sleep, I'm stressed, I ate like something not really that good, not that healthy, but it is definitely not as bad as it was back then, and it's not really bad at all. I also don't use a lot of products on my skin anymore. I don't take any medication or any topicals or anything. Maybe I'll do another video about kind of my skincare that I do now, because it's pretty specific. I feel like it could help a lot of people, because I know a lot of people use this and it helps them too, so maybe I'll do that sometime. I kind of wanted to end this video with a message to the people who are struggling with acne. Just know that I understand. I know what you're going through. My acne literally kept me from doing so many things. As I said, it was just my biggest insecurity. But just know that acne, it doesn't last forever. It will go away. It is a normal part of growing up. And also know that your beauty and your worth is not defined by the amount of acne you have, if you have acne, where you have acne. Acne has nothing to do with that. Your appearance has nothing to do with that. Just read my shirt right here. I like my mind more than my face. This is a hoodie of my favorite YouTuber, and it's a really great thing to keep in mind. I love my mind more than my face. It's so much more beautiful than all of this, what you get on the surface of me. Sorry for getting so #deep, but I think it's important to talk about, and something that a lot of people need to hear. So I guess, would I recommend Accutane? I definitely would, if it is your last resort. Don't go to your dermatologist right away and ask to go on Accutane. Try out a couple different topicals or a couple different medications, or change up your diet, or change up your routine. Drink more water, as everyone says. But if it is kind of your last resort and you're frustrated and you've tried everything, I definitely highly recommend it. This is a topic that I really like talking about. I always liked really watching these videos when I was struggling with acne, of people that like made it through, and now I'm one of them. I made it through. Alright, thank you so much for watching another one of my videos, or maybe this was your first video. Thank you for watching it. Subscribe to my channel and give this video a like too. Alright, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.